What's going on out there, good people? It is your boy Look Around with LMD Trading coming at you today with another daily trade review. What is it? Monday, February 14th, and we starting a week off green. Had a nice green today, or I should say a nice green day today. Traded 5 times, traded SE twice, took a stab at AMD, and then we traded the SPY twice with basically one flat trade out of those 5, one losing trade out of the 5, and then 3 winners. So we will pull up the thumbnail watch list just so we can get a peek at what we were looking at today. Added Piton on there quite a little late, just because somebody had mentioned it in the group and I want to see what it was doing. Had missed the move, so didn't get a trade on that one. AMD, tried to get a quick pop off of it. Ended up getting 1 R out of the trade, moved our stop to break even, and the stop pulled back, or the stock pulled back to VWAP, so we stopped out at break even on that one. Didn't take anything on Capital One, nothing on Facebook. JPM real slow off the open, so didn't do anything with that one. GDDY, nothing on it, nothing on ZEN. SE, we got 2 good trades off of that one. And like I said, the SPY, we had 1 red trade, should not have been in, but we took it, stopped out. 1 excellent trade, and then nothing on the Qs. So that's how the day went. Let's see, we took pretty much trades throughout the morning, and then came back in the afternoon and took that real good trade as the SPY was breaking down. So we'll get Trader View pulled up, take a look at the numbers, and like I said, we 5 trades, closed P&L 277 on the day, so definitely good there. Like I said, 2 on SE. First one we got 1 R out of it. Second one we got 4 R. AMD, pretty much a flat trade. The SPY, this one was a call play that we were trying to just take a real quick scalp on. That really didn't work out, so we'll look at that one. And then this last one, this one was a nice trade right there to close the day out. That was one of those where I came back, sat down at my desk in the afternoon, and saw a nice move. Pretty much same type of move that we saw on Friday. But we'll go ahead and get the charts pulled up. And there we go. Got the charts pulled up. Let's get working on them. So the first one that we took was SE. We got in that one at 938. And using the new camera today, and I see it is crushing my CPU usage a whole lot higher than it normally is. So hopefully this thing is not real fidgety when it's time to process, but we'll see. But first trade that we got in of the morning, we got in right here at 938, and we was out of it at 943. So let's see what we were looking at on the 2-minute, which is what we like to get in. So market opened, nice little pullback, engulfing green candle. And then we had this red one come right back and engulf it with volume higher than the previous one. So they call that a bull sandwich, because bears are loaded in this candle, bulls are loaded in this candle, and the bears come in and they sandwich the bull. So you're looking for a nice move to go down. So we got in right as it broke that candle, and it didn't really pop like it should have. And we got out of this one just taking 1R out of the trade, made 25 bucks on it. We do see that it came back, tested the VWAP, and then it took off, made a nice move. So I was fairly good with that one, getting out of that one. And then I knew just to kind of keep my eye on it, which is what I did. And then we came right back and we got into SE at 946. So we got in on this candle this time. We didn't even wait on this full pullback. And we got out at 1017, which was this candle right here. And as we could see, it pulled back to the VWAP. And once it tested and didn't hold it, it broke down. And we got out of this trade at $110. Left quite a bit of money on the table on that one. But again, we got what we wanted. That was 131. It moved down to 127. That was $4. So definitely left a little bit of money on the table on that one. But again, like I always say, I got what I wanted out of the trade, so I can't be mad at it. In the past, I would try to squeeze as much as I could out of my trades, and most of the time they would turn and go against me. So just staying disciplined to my plan. The next trade that we took was AMD. And today, AMD was showing strength to the market the entire morning. Market would pull back and AMD would keep moving. So with AMD, we got in at 1030. So we got in on this candle right there as it was breaking the VWAP. And on this one, I should have realized what was in this trade and took 1R. I should have just took 1R, but I was trying to see if we could get anything else out of it. And it did not work. Didn't give us what we wanted, so we went on and stopped out break even, or made $3. We pretty much made whatever fees TD Ameritrade was going to charge. But this really only had room down to here. So we should have got out at the bottom. We would have made about 25 bucks. I think that's what our unrealized profit was at the time down there. But once it made this move, we moved our stop to break even. And I'm sure we probably were getting out more so because as I was watching the trade, we were getting out closer to the VWAP. So like I said, where these candles or where the arrows drop on the candles are not always a representation on where we're getting in the trade. Just like this arrow was here, probably was getting in as this was breaking this level to go down lower. And it broke down. Expectation should have just been 1R and get out of the trade. But once we got to 1R, set my stop to break even, hoping for a retest of the VWAP and a push further down. But we see it pulled back and broke higher, actually set a new higher high, or set the high of the day when it made that move. So good stop out, Good stop out for the break even. But that was our third trade of the day. So at that point, we were up, what, 138? Up 138. And we tried one more trade pretty much during the morning session, knowing that we were up at $30. Saw the SPY kind of pulling back and working its way back up. And we took calls trying to go against the grain, which shouldn't do, but maybe you'll somewhat understand why I did it. So we got in this trade at 11:35, took two contracts. And this is what I was looking at. The SPY had almost pretty much like triple bottomed right there. It was in this wedge that we had marked on the chart, and it broke out of it, came up to the VWAP, pulled back, and buyers stepped in heavy. This candle here has more buyers, or I should say this volume has more buyers than it does sellers. So I was expecting this to make a nice move if it broke this candle. Was expecting it to make a nice move. Got in the trade and it just faltered. Pulled back. It did finally go a little, but we stopped out. Stopped out for $30 on the next candle. So on this next candle, we were stopping out. Now, had I let this trade play and not take my stop and put my stop down here at the VWAP, this would have made decent money. This probably would have made $100 easy, because we see it came back, retested VWAP, and then it went. But that would have been a lot of sitting in there holding it through. So I was good with that. That was our last trade for the morning. Ended up shutting it down. That was at what, 11:36? So we shut it down, continued our day on, and then I came back and sat back down at the computer about 1:30, which is usually what I do, just to kind of see what the market is doing. And when we sat down, we noticed that the SPY was breaking back down, almost same thing that it was doing on Friday. So we ended up getting in two puts at 1348. So let's see what we were looking at. So if we see, SPY had been just kind of trading up in this upper range, but on low volume. And this is one of the things that I've recently started kind of paying more attention to and becoming more able to read the volume to kind of tell what a stock is going to do. So we saw low volume in here, especially look at that tall green candle, but look at the volume. There's no volume in there. So this candle here is loaded with buyers, no selling pressure. You come back and look at the next candle next to it, half the size, but twice the volume. So this is sellers like basically saying, no, buyers, we've trapped you. And they started pushing it down, pushed it down to VWAP. Another one, look at that candle. That's a beautiful candle there. Buyers tried to come back in. It got below the VWAP, which was kind of wedging it in between the VWAP and this area we had marked. So once it broke that area, I wanted to be a player in this trade. So took two puts, bought them right as it broke that area. And the first put that we sold was at 1400. So, and I'm gonna have to, I said I'm gonna have to reset OBS because this camera is stuttering. But so we got out of the first contracts right here. After this good move, we saw a little pressure right there. Got out of the first one. And then the second one we got out of 5 minutes later. Right there. Didn't quite catch the bottom, but that was $169. $169 for what? 12 minutes worth of work. 12 minutes on the first one and 17 on the second one. So it's pretty good money right there. 169 for 17 minutes worth of work. I don't think that's a bad day at all. And then when you add that to the overall day, that was $277. And that's how we did it on this Monday. Usually Mondays have been, I don't know. Usually I come into the market on Mondays kind of antsy, kind of butterflies in the stomach, not knowing what to expect. But this morning pretty much showed patience. Didn't take a trade right off the open. Waited. I'm finding about 938, 940, somewhere around there. You can kind of see the first few candles forming, and you can kind of see what the market is going to be doing right off of the open. Because you see here, it's real choppy coming through there. So really, about 9:45, it's basically gave you time to set up. Let's see what AMD was doing. Same way, you kind of getting your first real maybe pullback, if it's going to pull back, unless it's a runner. So we were patient, and patience paid today. But we'll go ahead and wrap this one up and be ready for tomorrow. I appreciate you taking a peek and seeing what we doing over here at LMD. You see, I'm sporting my living my dream shirt. This is one of my travel shirts. I love to travel, and this is one of the shirts I like to wear when I'm traveling. But we'll be back at it again tomorrow. If you haven't already subscribed, I definitely would appreciate it if you would go on and hit that notification bell. Like the video if you are so inclined. And if you didn't like it and want to give it a thumbs down, by all means. But all I ask is that you leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what I could work on, and I will try to do that. And we will see you again tomorrow. Peace.